Hello everyone and welcome to a numbered episode of the podcast. I'm only making that joke because the numbers have been all over the place, but it is Ep 31. We've got quite a bit to talk about today, including a report that Netflix is adding games as early as next year. And an Aussie startup, Uspec Gaming, crowdfunds the Xbox Series X screen. Plus, we'll talk about Persona hitting its 25-year anniversary in September and some strange pre-order bonuses. But first, I want to start off with the news from one of the biggest franchises of our generation, Assassin's Creed. First off though, how about I introduce my guests? Today on the podcast we have Charbs, Josh,
Howdy.
and Anf.
Yo, yo.
How we going, guys?
We're good,
Pretty
man.
fucking
good.
lit.
Yeah, no, doing good.
So, Assassin's Creed. Ubisoft decided to respond to leaks about their new project and basically confirm what all the leaks were. So, on their website, they posted that the Ubisoft teams, Ubisoft Montreal and Ubisoft Quebec, will now be working in a collaborative cross-studio structure that will guide, grow, evolve, and define the overall future of Assassin's Creed. It includes an important upcoming early-in-development project codenamed Assassin's Creed Infinity. They've also talked about some of the other positions and how working from home has helped inspire this. But then they continue. Rather than continuing to pass the baton from game to game, we profoundly believe this is an opportunity for one of Ubisoft's most beloved franchises to evolve in a more integrated and collaborative manner that less centered on studios and more focused on talent and leadership, no matter where they are within Ubisoft. So guys, what do we think?
I think the Halo devs are going to have a field day with this lawsuit.
That's why it's codenamed.
So,
I know it's codenamed
Yeah.
that, but like when I first saw that, I went, ooh.
so my first, I guess, impression of this is that, in all honesty, I wonder what the final product is going to be like, because from the way it sounds, I think it sounds like they're taking a lot of inspiration from Grand Theft Auto 5 and how GTA Online has expanded, and now it's when GTA Online re-releases for the PS5, it will have crossed over for 3 generations.
But Assassin's Creed is
so
a
I think
predominantly
that-
solo game though.
Oh man, they can just completely make, they can make events and stuff like GTA had, add in a few missions here and there, and it's Ubisoft, so I think they'll obviously have paid microtransactions, paid DLC, and they'll just obviously update it as much as they can, probably yearly. I mean, if you think about it, this is a way for them to not lighten the load, but I guess adjust it, because they can now make one game and just make very big DLC or updates for it. And I think they're banking on this becoming their cash cow over time for the company.
See, what I'm seeing it as is that they'll add hey, here's map 1, maybe in, I don't know, let's go Rome again at some point in time. Then let's go Japan. Let's go that. And it'll be a smaller map than what they've typically done in Odyssey or in Valhalla, but then they'll be able to update that and, DLC for that little one, or DLC for this little expansion over here.
Is that a healthy game model though?
Well, I'm going to point something out here. Ubisoft for between 2009 to 2015 released an Assassin's Creed game every year. Now, obviously, Ubisoft is comprised of multiple studios around the world. But recently, more and more, and this is great news, we're seeing more and more people take a stand against companies that are crunching the shit out of their workers.
Yeah,
and that's something.
People aren't happy with that anymore.
Those, I'll call them allegations for now because I don't work for Ubisoft. I don't know if it's as serious as some people are saying. I hope it isn't. But there have been a lot of people who work at Ubisoft that have definitely been vocal about having to do crunch and things like that. It's not the only studio that does it. Let's be honest about it. It's not the only studio that does it. Doesn't make it any better. But I think this is a way for them to at least an opportunity for them to alter the perception of their workplace. You know what I mean? I think that this might be a chance for them to sort of get some good PR and say, Well, look, we're not forcing people to release new Assassin's Creed every year. Well, they're just making an update. And I think they're hoping people immediately identify the word update with less work and therefore less crunch.
I completely disagree, because I feel like a never-ending Assassin's Creed almost makes me think, oh my god, the work's never going to stop, there's no end date.
Yeah, no, I was thinking, it's like, oh my god, you don't even have, like, the joy of it'll release and you can stop.
Oh, I'm not saying it's going to be a healthier workplace. I'm just saying I think that's what the PR might look like.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm wondering if this is, like, a healthy game model in general. The idea of having one title and I'm just going to upload the shit out of it. Like, I'm just going to keep.
But I think that's the thing.
How innovative can you be with that?
Yeah.
I mean, don't forget, this is Assassin's Creed. The reason GTA Online's model has worked is because GTA Online now is completely different to GTA Online circa 2014.
Oh, that's true. Now the money is worth
Don't forget that. There is so many activities, so many things you can do now in GTA Online that we wouldn't have dreamed of back then. Now, here's my problem with Assassin's Creed trying this. Is it's Assassin's Creed. Like, the point of the series has always been assassinating. And really, how are you going to expand on this more and more?
That's pretty a healthy game loop for an online game. We can one-hit.
But we don't know it's going to be online yet, because what I could see is they just release single-player DLC. And probably DLC-sized chunks, rather than a full game size. Yeah.
But did they say
they could release a 20-hour adventure every year, or 10 hours DLC spread out.
I would bet it's going to be online, because trying to milk DLC for a single-player game over multiple years is a huge challenge.
What do you mean? That's what they literally do every year. They release one game and release DLC for it.
Yeah. Did they say what?
Yeah, but my point is, if this is going to go over multiple years, that might be a much bigger challenge.
But I still feel like they're going to put a game's worth out every year.
Did they say what sort of gameplay they're going for with this? Are they going for the classic, like, Assassin's Creed style?
It was pretty sparse.
From what Jack said in his little synopsis thing, which I'm assuming you took from the article?
I took from their actual website.
From their press release. Yeah. Okay, so it was their update. From what it sounds like, they really put an emphasis on, or at least from my interpretation, on we're moving away from, like, stale gameplay and format and trying to, like, push forward the series, which is an interesting take, because didn't they just do that?
Yeah, very much so with Origins and going into Odyssey.
I was going to say, because didn't they transform the gameplay almost entirely to a more Witcher-esque format?
More RPG,
yes.
So...
Yeah.
Well,
they also strayed away from the fact that it's about assassins.
Yeah. Well...
No, they did.
Well, there's still assassins.
Vikings.
Yeah. They'll assassinate
the first
people.
thing that I think when I see a Viking is, that thing is subtle.
But what I could see is, like, you have your protagonist who's outside of the Animus in modern day, and then they go in, you've got your 5 different Animuses or whatever, and you go, okay, we're going to go to Europe, and then we're going to go to Japan, and then we're going to go to South Africa, or something like that. I think there's potential there, and I think they could keep doing updates to it.
I think there's potential there. My theory for how it could be like an online game as well as like an old Assassin's Creed style game is maybe have a modern day kind of map for the online and have and let you go in and get, like, things from the single player to unlock, like, moves or something.
Yeah. I think...
have it be like the idea of what the first one was supposed to be. Like, they were learning... Was that the first one, or am I thinking of the second one? Where, like, Damien just started learning to be an assassin through osmosis.
Damien?
Who's Damien?
Is it Damien? Oh my god.
No, it's Desmond.
Desmond, ugh.
Oh my god, I didn't realise how much you botched that until...
Damien was his evil clone.
No, Damien is Batman's son.
Yes.
He is also an assassin, so it's fine. My brain is correct. Sorry, Desmond.
So what you're, like, trying to say is, like, you can go to different assassins, like, sort of, like, schools, I guess.
That's...
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, you can kind of build your character, because they're leaning into... I'm assuming they would want to lean more into player customization in that. Because, inherently that's where RPGs lead you. Unless they're gonna like pull a 180 and be like, it's an action game now, and it's like Devil May Cry.
It's back to what 1 and 2 was in Brotherhood.
Yeah. That would be
There's less
interesting.
I
upgrades
hope
and
they
more-
go. I hope they go like full Muso. Just really fuck with
That's
it.
really interesting though, because like yeah, the assassins each had their own like they all had their own general philosophy of like freaking hidden blade, stabby, but they all had like their own
Yeah.
sort of like quote unquote fighting style.
Best description.
Ezio just had a fucking gun.
Yeah,
Uh,
freaking
But-
My
I think it's. Sorry, I was just gonna say. I think it's very interesting for where they're trying to go. This is like probably the biggest. It's mostly single-player franchise of our generation, and
It is
they
up
are
there.
trying to do something very, very innovative here. And it's interesting they're trying this with Assassin's Creed and not one of their smaller things, because like this is one of those things that could bust. If you bust Assassin's Creed, that's a
I
yeah.
know.
I mean,
this
let's-
is going to be a hot take, but I
No,
think
I'm with-
Assassin's Creed has gone bust like 3 times now.
They haven't. No, they're
Yeah,
the most
I'm with
successful games. The last 3 they've produced are like their most successful 3 games that they've made.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like the Unity shit
Yeah,
where people
Yeah,
are like,
the-
"Oh, it's dead."
yeah, but then didn't another year and they make another game and it's all fine.
yeah.
I mean that was I guess their blessing, is that like if they fuck up this year, the phrase "there's always next year" literally applied to that
Yeah.
series.
Yeah, they don't have to.
When they released one fans hated, people would be like, well, see what they're cooking up next year.
Oh well, next one's British. Let's see how that's going.
well, I know what's definitely dead.
Alright.
It's the modern narrative.
Yeah, they really
Yeah.
don't want you to remember that.
I'd argue that this is where they could actually expand it. If you're going in
Yeah,
and doing
they-
updates every now and again.
Alright.
And I don't know.
Before we move on from Assassin's Creed, I'm gonna say something that's gonna make all of you
Yeah.
cringe. But
Oh god.
what if they bring up multiple timelines?
I'll fucking lose my shit.
And there we go. That's it. They get to rewrite the whole history of the lore of the series now.
It would have
And,
been more interesting.
and not screw
they
it up
fit-
is what you're saying?
No. Even cringier. They get a special animus that's allowed to fuck with the past.
Multiverse theory.
So that's how they get rid of the whole desynchronization thing. You can't desync. You're actually altering past actions.
Yeah, could you imagine the games like Desmond comes around, he comes back, but it turns out this Desmond is from another timeline.
You moved a chair.
And your three
You moved a chair.
and your 3
Okay.
colleagues who are playing as your friends are coming on that adventure with you to get the multiplayer aspect in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and,
now,
No, you move a chair and Desmond turns into Damon and I'm retroactively correct.
Ugh.
if that happens, I will buy you a beer when lockdown lifts.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on from that, Netflix have announced a gaming division.
That
They
scares
haven't
the shit out of me.
In fairness, they haven't announced it, but they did hire Mike Verdu, who's formerly of EA and Facebook/Oculus Gaming.
Okay, that scares
So,
the shit out of me.
Well,
essentially-
Bloomberg reported that Netflix was
Yes,
going to say.
and
If
then
anything, they
that report,
Oh, sorry, I
that
should've said-
report then goes that they will be looking to expanding this team later in the year. So you assume
Now,
Netflix Gaming.
I have a hot take, boys.
Alright.
If Netflix are really doing this and they want to do it correctly, they should announce a partnership with Microsoft and get Xbox Game Pass and Netflix bundled.
that would be pretty good.
Imagine
that would be pretty good.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
It is
but
an
because,
also,
entertainment console.
what would a Netflix game look like?
Netflix already has Minecraft story mode.
Yeah, and it has that weird Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
No,
Is
no.
it-
What
they
I,
Stra-
what was
did
that,
they do a
Bandersnatch?
Stranger Things game or something?
Did they do a Stranger Things
There is
game?
there is
I
already
didn't-
already a game, but it's like pixel art.
Yeah, but I didn't think there was like a
I thought it was a
Netflix
pixel
one.
art Stranger Things game or something.
Stranger Things. I think the character 11 from Stranger Things is coming to Smite. I think that was announced earlier on, as well
Seriously?
in the week. Yeah.
They also had that crossover with Seven Deadly Sins, the mobile game.
Oh right, they did do
Yeah.
that. The reason why a Netflix gaming service terrifies me is because what does that entail? What kind of game? And you said Facebook game, which just immediately makes me upset. Like, what, is
They-
it just going to be Farmville, but
Josh.
on the fucking TV?
Maybe. But instead of Farmville, it's Farmville with a Narcos skin on it.
Oh, God. It's Farmville, but you're selling cocaine.
Yes.
Netflix.
And there are plenty of games that already do that, but none that are Netflix approved.
None that have Netflix have made.
Netflix Smash Brothers.
By the way, it was Stranger Things 3 the game.
Alright, if we had to make a
was
Netflix
by
All-Star
Netflix.
Brawl,
Oh,
the Netflix All-Star Brawl game, who you maining, boys?
Tommy Shelby or Arthur, if he's in the game.
Oh my god.
Because Cobra Kai is a part of Netflix now, I want to main fucking Johnny Lawrence.
I'm going with Rick from Rick and Morty.
What
So
a
now that we
fucking-
made
What a
truly the
basic
most-
move.
I know, but we're in the worst
I'm gonna
timeline
be,
if that
I'm gonna
happens.
be,
You
I'm gonna
realise
be
that,
Walter
right?
White.
You're gonna be Walter White.
Power
Like-
move.
Can I just be clear about this? If that does happen by some slim chance, I will buy and play the shit out of it.
Oh yeah, of course. Like, of course.
Sorry to
you
go off top.
I want to see that at
By the
Evo.
Sorry
way,
to
we're
go
not
off
sponsored
topic.
by Netflix, everyone.
Sorry to go off topic from Netflix, but speaking of like quote unquote Smash Bros, like there is a Nickelodeon Smash Bros coming out like really soon.
Yeah, we do. We should get this out of the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
And if one of the fighters
doesn't-
should be Shrek, because Shrek is I mean DreamWorks has like that little thing with Nickelodeon, right?
You're clutching at straws, man.
you
You
are
are clutching
clutching
at
at
straws, my
many
dude.
straws.
Like Charbel just wanted Aang. Like that's way more in line with what could happen.
I'm just going to tell you now that one of the top... I put in Nickelodeon, and one of the top searches was Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl roster. So there you go.
Yeah, dude, I literally looked it up before the thing. I saw memes the other day of like Reptar is too big for All-Star Brawl. And then they fucking announced him
Okay.
for All-Star Brawl.
14
There was
characters
a-
have been announced. I'll go through them.
Thank you.
There's Oblina, Danny Phantom, Helga Pataki, Zim, Reptar, SpongeBob, Patrick Star, Sandy Cheeks, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Lincoln Loud, Lucy Loud, Powdered Toast Man, and Nigel Thornberry.
So,
Nigel Thornberry's in it? Oh shit, I know my
sounds like
main.
there's too many fucking Scrimlow Brimblows there.
Oh, what is this?
Nigel Thornberry.
There was
I'm a sloth. You said.
there was a meme I think Anf sent where it was Aang with I can't remember who it was.
SpongeBob.
I think Invaders. Oh yeah, it was Aang with SpongeBob, and it's like, what did you do? He's like, I took away your wave dashing.
What a random roster again.
Uh,
I saw Jenny the teenage robot being someone floated around.
oh
I
my
see-
god.
I'm actually into that.
Does
Like-
anyone remember fucking Chalk Zone?
Yeah, I remember
It's like-
Chalk Zone. That's an
It's like,
assist
Rudy,
trophy
you
there.
gotta wave dash something. I think I saw a meme like that somewhere. I can't remember, but it involved something like that.
Dude, I've been playing Destroy All Humans too, and I really, really want to play Zim now, just because the one of the aliens is voiced by the same voice actor.
Richard Horvitz or something. Forgot his name.
Yeah. Good voice, honestly.
Oh yeah, amazing voice actor. Who we
So-
mean, boys?
Oh yeah, Zim all the way.
Reptar.
But Nigel Thornberry is going to be my
I'm-
main Reptar.
If there's no Avatar representation, I'm maining the shit out of Nigel Thornberry.
Reptar.
That
The
Dinosaur,
Nigel
bro.
Thornberry mirror match.
I'm mating Danny Phantom, 100%.
Well, he is just 14.
okay, so there is something I want to bring up, right? And I'm gonna do something. This is shocking. I'm gonna do something actually useful for the few people who
What?
listen, and I'm gonna give some consumer advice.
Oh god.
No, we've done that.
Now,
It's usually don't
We
buy
do
it.
that every
yeah.
episode.
It's usually don't buy it.
Yeah, don't do
yeah,
it.
but this time I'm gonna get them discounts on their favorite kicks at Foot Locker. so hear me out.
Okay. Should we be
The
interrupting?
No.
this?
For NBA 2K22, this week it was announced, right? Now, in doing so, they announced who the cover athletes were, and just quickly we'll go through them for anyone who cares. Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks will be the cover athlete for the Standard Edition. The anniversary edition, as they call it, will have 3 players on it. It will have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Dirk Nowitzki, and Kevin Durant. And Candace Parker will actually be the first woman to be on an NBA 2K cover. Now, all that's well and good, right? I'm always keen to see who the cover athletes were, and I'm pretty happy with who they've picked.
They make a lot of sense.
What I want to talk about is the pre-order bonus EB Games is offering. It's called Every Court Counts, and it's got Foot Locker branding all over it. So if you pre-order the standard edition at EB Games, you get this with the standard or the anniversary edition. You get, here's what's included, $25 off redemption code from Foot Locker. Okay, so you get $25 off your next Foot Locker order. 2,000 VC, which is about, I don't know, 3 games, unless they gimp it even more. A 95 rated Kevin Durant My Team card, which is probably going to be a free agent, so you'll only have it for the first 5 games or so. And 2,000 My Team points, which can buy you fuck and all. Now, here's what I'm thinking.
Sharps, how quickly do I get those 2,000 points back, just for everyone? If I want to earn
Well, like, how long would it take you?
take
How long would it take you to earn it?
Yeah, what's the grind?
For 2,000 points.
2,000 points. That'd be a good few. I'd probably say, like, I don't know, maybe 3 games.
Yeah, not a lot. I just want to
No,
4 if
put that out there.
4
Not
if
a
you
lot.
4 if you're trash, like me. But here's what I'm thinking, right? I'm gonna hook you guys up, right? Just consumer advice. Go pre-order NBA 2K22 on the platform of your choice, PS5, Series X, or whatever. Now, here's what I want you to do. Redeem your code, and then take it back to EB and refund it. Because 2K obviously isn't going to fix the game. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's a little dishonest. It is. But it's worth doing because Foot Locker has some great kicks. I've been eyeing a pair of Air Maxes for a while. And I'm absolutely going to abuse the shit out of this.
Foot Locker. I don't know if they'd allow us to do this.
I'm pretty sure we'll never be sponsored by
Not
Foot Locker
anymore.
now.
Or EB. Good one.
Hey, we gave him free advertising. It's called Every Court Counts by Foot Locker. Imagine there's a link at the bottom of the screen that would give you an imaginary
What if
discount.
this doesn't work? Now you're going to
what was that
anger
link?
all 30
Now-
people that listen to us.
Now, 30. Wow, you're ambitious.
Wow, yeah, we're really giving out those numbers.
Now, here's the thing, right? I just get more and more annoyed because every year they give you less and less VC. They give you way less, cool shit. Some of the awesome stuff that's come from 2K, I remember I think my favorite one was for 2K15. If you pre-ordered it, Kevin Durant was on the cover. You got one of those mini basketball hoops, and it was like a custom one with Kevin Durant on it, and it was OKC themed because he was still in Oklahoma City.
So long ago.
And it came with a little miniature like basketball as well.
That's
it was
two
pretty
teams
cool.
ago.
Yeah, that is 2 teams ago. Wow.
I've got to admit, is this what it's like when you hear me and Anf talk about RPGs?
Yes.
Oh no, this is much
Every-
easier to stomach.
Every third word is like, yes, what?
Yes, no, it is. For Sharps and I. Hey, this is
Yeah,
this is script.
I've stopped buying 2K every year. 2K20 was like my breaking point. The game didn't fucking work.
Didn't you
when I had
return
on
it and go
PS4.
and play 2K19? Because it was a better game?
Yeah, I did. I went back to 2K19 and I would still be on 2K19 had they not shut the servers down 2 years
That's
later.
how they keep you to get on the next game.
Yeah. So, look, in all honesty, 2K21, I played it on the PS5 because I bought it on the PS5. And it was another 2K. Take that
Okay.
for what you will. Now, after that, Epic Games had it for free a while back, so I picked it up there and I traded my PS5 copy in. And that made it much more valuable because it got me Ratchet and Clank. So,
That's up there.
anyway, point of the story, always rot the system. Just don't give me credit for it.
You
Give
didn't
Anf
hear
credit
it from
for it.
us.
Hell
Now-
fucking no.
You
No,
haven't-
no, 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 no. These are your words alone. Your fucking trade. Your voice is
dug
trade.
this hole.
Your voice is trademarked to yourself, bro.
Now, guys.
Alright, now-
Well, while you're... With that money that you save, you know what you could do? You could crowdfund the X screen for Xbox Series X.
I refuse to crowdfund anything of the sort.
Hang
Explain
on,
what it is.
hang on. Josh refusing to crowdfund something?
Has
I don't
What
know.
kind of timeline is
Has
this?
the fucking-
This is
Who
what
moved
this
the
is
chair?
what 30 episodes does to him.
I've become jaded.
fucking has heaven turned over?
So I'll explain. Aussie startup Uspec Gaming is crowdfunding the X screen for the Xbox Series X, and it was so popular it sold out in 20 minutes. So not a bad little
No,
crowdfund.
not bad.
So it'll allow players to play anywhere in a laptop-like gaming experience. From my
I've played
Now-
games on a laptop, but that's not a good tagline.
well,
Now,
this
let's-
was how it was described by other people in other articles.
we just want to be very clear. You did make a mistake, Jack, because you said it was for the Series X. It is for the Series S.
That I
God.
blame the Xbox on
Microsoft.
this for having confusing numbers, and they did
I was
call
gonna
it
say,
the
what the
X
hell?
screen.
Yeah, no. So it's for the Series S, which is the smaller one with no disk drive that's a little bit
Yes.
less powerful. The screen itself, I was reading up on it earlier in the week, it's a 1080p 60Hz screen, which, I mean, it'll do the job. At the end of the day, if it's going to make it portable, fuck it, you're going to make some sacrifices. But, I mean...
Looking at it, they're about 250 to 300 were the pre-orders.
What, as in dollars?
Yeah.
I mean, would you really want to spend that much on a screen?
Look, you've
People
already
pay
bought
that
an
much for
Xbox, the
monitors.
sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the difference is, for starters, right? A monitor's, for either your house or your workplace. You're gonna spend a
But
substantial
that's the
amount
point.
of time
This
there.
is portable. That's the whole point.
Or
But
you
how
could
much
buy a
time are you gonna
Switch.
spend? How much time are you gonna spend portably playing your Xbox? Though is my question.
You
Mate,
could have
look,
asked the same about the Switch, but there's plenty of people who would play it more portably than...
Yeah, but that's
I'd
the whole
never put the
console.
thing on the TV.
Yeah, that was marketed
Never do
as
that.
such.
Yeah.
Like look, don't get me wrong. There are probably people out there who are dreaming of this.
Oh yeah, that's why
And we have
it was
seen-
20 minutes to sell out, and clearly people were keen.
Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
people
don't get
want
me wrong. Look, if there's a market for it, and according to what we've seen so far, there is, good on them. It's not something I would be interested in. Like, the last thing I want when I buy a brand new console is to then play it on a portable screen that's not as good as my TV. But, that's just me. But look, there are going to be times, like, there might be people who, like, share their house with other people. Maybe you can't use the TV.
There are going to be people who are
but-
going and travelling and, and just set this up.
I mean, I wouldn't want to take an Xbox on a plane.
That's my point, you just take this
Like-
thing.
But you still need the Xbox. The Xbox isn't built in, Jack.
Yeah, I can imagine you going on a plane and it's just like
Yeah.
everyone's with their like work laptops, and then there's this one fuck off guy with his like.
Well, one guy who
Serious-
bought the Xbox.
The absolute
Serious
Chad.
I mean, yeah,
Like, Look, at the end of the day,
it's a very big switch.
There is-
I'm looking at the I'm looking at it.
There
It's
is-
just
there
a
is
very
one-
giant switch at this point.
there
It's
is
a very
one
big
there
switch.
is one major benefit for this, and it's that if you are willing to take your Xbox Series S somewhere, this would be a lot cheaper as a solution than a gaming laptop.
Yes, I think that's where it comes in, and that's where you have a look and think about it. Because
Like, if
my
you-
original
if-
thought was, who's going to buy this? Just go buy a gaming laptop. It's literally Xbox. You can get everything on, or most things on.
And then you don't have the old PC shenanigans of, if I buy this, will it work?
Yeah. But no, at $250, $300
Yes, but
it is.
no.
No, I'm just saying, at $250, $300, it's a lot cheaper than a gaming laptop.
Oh yeah, much cheaper than a gaming laptop.
But yeah, carrying around your
Well, I
Xbox
don't- like-
Series S everywhere is
Well, let's be clear. I can't imagine anyone buying an Xbox because of this.
No,
You
no.
know what I mean?
no,
this
no,
is
I
definitely
don't
for
think
this
people
that's
isn't-
who
on
already
purpose.
have it.
Yeah. So if you already have a Series S and you've wanted to play it in a place that isn't your home for some reason, whether that be because you travel a lot or you want to play it at work on your break or whatever, this is for you.
I did playing
Look.
I did playing the Xbox on the quiet carriage.
Look, it looks cool.
Oh, man.
It
Can you imagine-
seems smart, like a good idea, and it's made by an Aussie developer. I can get behind it.
Yeah, Mum said it's my turn on the X top.
I like it.
No, but going back to what Am said, I'm imagining being on the quiet carriage, whatever. And normally when I'm on a quiet carriage, if I have my earphones, I'll plug my earphones in or whatever. But it's going to be all quiet, and then you're just going to hear, bullshit, how'd he fucking kill me? Like, you're just going to hear some shit like that.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's going to be one bloke in the quiet carriage playing this.
It's gonna be the 8-year-old on the other side playing Fortnite, swearing at you. Yeah, got you, man.
Yeah.
Listen, you have to debate me in the Xbox Live Marketplace.
Oh, jeez.
We should start recording our podcast using Xbox Party Chat.
It'd be better than
Oh,
PlayStation
God.
chat. They laugh because they know it's true.
Nah,
Nintendo's
in
chat
all
system's
honesty,
pretty
after...
great.
Oh, Nintendo's is fantastic. You can't
just
even have it
gotta
on the
download
console.
Now you got to download a peripheral app.
Yeah.
It's called Discord.
Now,
Yeah, it's just called Discord.
Anf,
Yeah?
I believe you wanted to talk about Persona's 25th anniversary.
Oh.
Oh, my boy, go for it.
Yes.
This is the part where I shut up for a while.
This is where you and I. This is where they were confused with NBA. You and I are like, da da da.
So it all started in 1998.
Oh no.
So,
Alright, Sharps, go. Oh, sorry, Amp, go for it.
yeah, Atlas has
I'm a few years off.
launched a website for the 25th anniversary of the Persona series. So on that website, they're like selling merch for like this anniversary and stuff. But in September, they are gonna show off some news for 2 new projects that they're gonna reveal, which are like currently like listed as coming soon. Because there's like all the games thus far. And then there's these 2 mysterious games that are just sitting there, not knowing like what they are at the moment.
Listen, my gut wants it to be Persona 6, but my brain says Persona Q3.
It's gonna be Persona DDR.
Persona DDR. We already have 3 of those.
Well, somewhere out there, someone wants Persona 5 too.
Persona 5 2. Wasn't
What is-
Have they
Smash
actually
Persona
done that?
5 2?
5.2.
Persona 2.8. Like, just.
You know what? I reckon for the next Kingdom Hearts game, it's just gonna be the version history in the name. It's gonna be called Kingdom Hearts 4.1.2.3.
Yes.
That's just what they're gonna call
someone's
it.
already done that, and it's not Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah.
Nier. They just put a number for every time they've iterated on it.
Yeah.
So, Josh, you what do you want the games to be?
There is precedent for Persona 6. We have got hiring data for Persona 6, and they have done things saying that they want to exceed Persona 5's quality, which it's all but confirmed by name. But I'm pretty sure one of them is that school RPG that they were teasing about a while ago. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, but that was wasn't that one that was made by like the people who left Atlas?
Yeah. Then it might not be that, actually, if they left out.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I thought that it was being done in conjunction with Atlas.
Yeah. The one that Atlas hasn't revealed is Project Re Fantasy.
Yeah. I want to... No, I'm very excited to see if they're going to announce 2 things. And if they announce Persona 6, everyone's going to collectively lose their brain cells.
I'm hoping for Persona 6, but what I'm hoping for most of all is a Persona 3 remake.
So I think you've got a better chance at 1 and 2 being re-released.
I was gonna say my gut is telling me it'll be a Persona 1 remake.
Yeah,
That'll
I
be
could
one of
see
the
a
projects.
I could see a Persona 1
Persona
remake.
1 already
I
got
would love
remade
that.
though on the PSP, so it'd be ports, wouldn't it?
No, Persona 1 got ported to the PSP. It was not remade. That is almost a direct port. There were a few revisions put into it, but nothing that would make it like a remaster.
Okay, fair. Well, I'm at this, as I said, I would like them to make at least maybe a remake or a port of Persona 3, combining the elements of portable and FES or FES, whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
And that
It has been 6 years since Persona 5.
yeah, it has.
Like let's be honest. I know Royals came out, but I'm not going to count that as a full fucking redo.
So maybe it'll just be Persona 5 God Edition.
Probably.
I'm just trying to think what's above Royal, and I'm like, God,
No, it's gonna be a PS5 port of Persona 5 Royale, where you get haptic feedback in the trigger every time Joker fires his gun.
I'd love that actually. Not gonna lie.
No, I'm
Shabs.
not gonna lie. I could see that
Shabs.
now. You've terrified me.
Persona 5 Royale. Battle Royale.
Oh god.
You guys know that was
Alright,
a
I'm done.
rumor a while
Close
ago.
the podcast.
Wait, that was actually a rumor of Persona fighting.
That was a rumor before Royal was released. Like before Royal's announcement, there were rumors going around that it was going to be a Persona Battle Royale game.
Ugh.
It's just terrified the shit out of
Because
everyone.
there's a Final
Like-
Fantasy VII Battle Royale out there right now on mobile.
There is.
And that
Yeah,
just
ooh.
makes me shiver a little bit. But people have been saying it's good, but it's a battle royale, so I'm like, it's not my thing, man.
How good can it be?
Ugh.
No. And I'm looking forward to it. I can see 1 being remade because it's definitely the one that's aged the worst.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like by far. Other than that, you've opened my eyes to the possibilities of 5. But again, thank you, Charbel.
Well,
If it is 5, but again, I will feel absolutely sorry for you guys. Like,
No.
I honestly hope at least one of these projects is something that you
Look,
guys will
if-
find.
I hope
The
it's a
only
new
thing that would be
project
worse
of some
is-
sort.
Yeah, I hope there's at least one new project because part of me is like, what if they just trolled everyone and put a Persona 4 release on PS5?
I just had another horrible thought, and it's like Persona 5 or just Persona mobile game.
all I can say is if
Oh, God,
they
no.
put out another Persona 5 updated re-release, people are gonna like lose their shit in not a very good way. Because do you remember with Persona 5 Royal how it was like treated at first before it came out?
Yeah, people were like, oh my god, this is lazy. Like, what are you doing?
Like, I'll admit it should have been DLC. Like
Oh yeah, it should have
like
been this.
re-releasing a game physically for full price. It doesn't fly in the modern age.
And they
I wish-
released it. They released it in the same generation as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish Persona 5 Royal is very clearly, like, adding in the content from the GDD that didn't make it in. Like, I could just see it.
Well, like some kind of director's cut.
Yeah, basically.
Seems to be the
Because-
flavour of the month.
If you play Royal, it, like, just fixes so much shit. Like, it just fixes
Yeah, you
it.
can't go back to the original Persona 5. Royal is just too fucking good.
It's really good.
Right.
But
You'll have to take our word on that. Well, the weird thing about the Persona 25th anniversary is the fact that the first 2 games have representation at all.
yeah, I was surprised they got new art.
The fact that they drew those characters, like, wait, you remember them?
Yeah, they even drew, I think, the female protagonist of Persona 3 Portable as well.
Oh yeah, yikes.
So I'm like, oh, you finally recognize her now, do you?
But is she actually official now? We're not just gonna pretend that didn't happen.
Like Persona Q2, like outside, like we all know that she's there, but
Yeah.
fucking
Oh good.
like
Persona Q3.
I am expecting one of these to be a remake and one of them to be a little tease for Persona 6. But at this point, it could be anything because if in my dear opinion, a lot of people might say otherwise with this. Persona 5 hasn't been milked enough.
Yeah, I can see them. I don't know. It's gotten 3 games.
Yeah, but have you seen Persona 4's like milkage? Holy shit.
Yeah, no. I just hope they learned their lesson.
All that and Persona 4 Golden was a PS Vita exclusive for a long time, eh?
Yeah, people were really not happy with that.
In fairness,
yeah.
did,
Also,
did
Persona
they
4
learn their lesson if it kept making money?
Well, no, they learnt their lesson because Persona 5 Royal was getting treated like, oh god, it's a Golden. Because Golden actually made Persona 4 actively worse.
Yeah.
How?
Okay, imagine that your game is based on a murder mystery taken semi-seriously. So,
Okay.
not like R-rated gritty Punisher, more like CW cop drama.
Okay.
And then I add in the most weeaboo anime girl, make her treat everyone like shit, and everyone tells her she's perfect. And she just shows up.
And she's only in Golden.
And she's only in Golden, and she's not implemented well. And then I added an extra month to the game, and it's all fan servicey, weirdly sappy shit that really breaks the tone.
Royal does the same thing, but better.
Excuse me, Kasumi is not as bad as Marie.
No. I said they did the same thing. Like, they added, like, a new character.
They added multiple new characters, but they added a new villain who actually had who arguably is the best villain in all of Persona.
They added a new semester, but the semester was surprisingly well written.
Yeah, no, they did well. They were like, okay, we're going to give you extra content, but we're going to actually make sure it's in theme and doesn't completely clash with the tone.
Yeah.
Do you two have a favorite Persona character across the series?
Yeah, we do.
I haven't played
David.
a Persona game outside of 5.
That's a good point. Anf has not played a Persona game outside of 5.
Yet.
Nope.
What about you, Josh?
It would come down to either Naoto from 4, or I'm really into Junpei from 3.
What about Dio?
Dio. Kono Dio da!
From JoJo's?
Yeah, I just knew it would annoy you.
Fucking...
I mean,
Well, my favorite character, ever since Royal came out, is pretty much a Akechi at this point.
I know, I can't believe they fixed
What a
Akechi.
fucking glow up! Like, in 5, I was like, "Who the fuck are you? And why the fuck are you in my party?" And then in this game, I'm like, "No, come back to my party, please."
Please.
For context, he was a character you were forced to interact with. Like, the whole Persona games is the idea of you have to make the best of your time, and you got to choose what you want to do. But for some fucking reason, you had to. He was an important story character, so they forced you to interact with him, and he was insufferable. And then at the end, it turns out he's a violent, murdering sociopath, and you get to see that Akechi for about 5 minutes before he shoots himself.
In Royal, it's a bit of the same, but they give him a bit more
Yeah, but then he comes back.
They give him a bit more backstory, and in the second, the last semester, the new semester, he comes back as basically his normal self, the psycho
his
self,
violent sociopathic
the sociopathic self. And everyone was
During battle, if you're down, he'll come and he'll kick you in the he'll kick you in the ribs to get you back up and call you pathetic.
yeah,
I kind of love that.
yeah. Man, I need to play 4, but I wouldn't mind replaying 5 Royal again.
Yeah, if you're gonna play 4, you might as well just play the port on Steam.
I have the port on Steam.
Yeah.
Sharps, how many are you playing?
How many what
Yeah.
Personas? I've played them all, man.
Sure. Cool.
You played
Yeah,
one.
man. I started with Shin Megami Tensei, and then I moved into the Persona series.
So, anyone smell that right now?
You hold on. Are you telling me that you played Shin Megami Tensei?
Yeah,
Anyone
absolutely.
smell
Okay.
the fucking steaming hot pile of bullshit?
No.
What do you mean? Ask me anything about Shin Megami Tensei. I can answer it.
What's your favorite demon?
What's my favorite? What?
Demon.
Lucifer.
Okay. Yep. That checks out. You played
Checks
Shin Megami
out.
Tensei.
Well.
That's on me. I set the bar too low.
Yeah, you set the bar way too low, buddy.
It's like asking, "Oh, you like France? Name 15 kings," and then you go, "Louis."
Yeah.
Touche.
You got
No,
me
no.
there.
Look. Seriously, ask me a proper question.
Okay, who's Pascal?
Sorry, what was that? You cut out for a second.
Oh, sorry. Who's Pascal?
Pascal is Pascal. He's an artist. And he's also known for being a quite a bit of an asshole in the series.
Okay, Pascal's a dog.
Oh no! I didn't know.
Yeah, a dog that you confuse with a demon with.
Yeah, you gotta do
What?
that, unfortunately.
Oh man.
What is
Yeah,
this
no,
game?
in the original game... Okay.
Oh no, I've
You've
opened up the
activated
can
the
of worms.
Jack, you want to know how fucked the series' origins
Yeah,
are?
alright. I suppose.
It starts with Megame Tensei. Not Shin Megame Tensei, because that stands for New Reincarnation of the Goddess, and not Reincarnation of the Goddess. Are you following me so far?
No.
Okay, so in Megame Tensei, the reason why demons are invading the world is because a kid was being bullied at school, so he decided to summon the Norse demon Loki to rape his teacher and kill all his classmates.
As you do on a Thursday afternoon.
As you do on a Thursday afternoon. And by the way, he did this, by the way. It fucking just happened. And then he has to clean up his own mess.
Oh man.
The protagonist of Shin Megami Tensei 1 goes for a little shopping stroll. He comes back and his mother gets eaten by a demon.
Yeah, that's true. Shin Megami Tensei 1 also starts off with a nuclear apocalypse. That's not even the important part. That just happens.
Yeah, by Thor.
Oh, Stephen Hawking.
War never changes.
Also, Stephen Hawking
That's
is
Warhammer
an
40K's
all-powerful deity.
tagline.
Oh shit, Josh, you're right. Yeah, no, Stephen Hawking is like an all-powerful.
Stephen Hawking is the most powerful character of the Shin
Okay,
Megami
okay.
Tensei
I
universe.
need context for this. Is Stephen Hawking actually in Shin Megami
Yes.
Tensei?
Yeah, his name is Stephen. He is a man bound to a wheelchair, and he is in every single game, and he is literally bonded with the will of the universe itself, an entity higher than God, reaching a new level of existence beyond your comprehension.
In Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse, like a DLC, you get to fight him as a boss, and the music that plays in the background is the final boss of the main game.
And he throws black holes at you, and then when he's done, he's like, "All right, I've had enough," and he sits back down in his chair. He just doesn't give it. You weren't even hurting him. He was just like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Yeah.
Game is weird now that I say this all out loud.
Yeah.
Jack, back to NBA. Something I can understand. The stories in NBA never get that weird.
Are you
But
sure?
I think probably the one that I want you guys to play through eventually on stream, Josh, is 2K16's because it was directed by Spike Lee.
Oh God.
Did you have to go to
So
New York shelves?
It's set in New
Right,
York.
yeah, okay.
So, pretty much, right? You play as a character called Frequency Vibrations. That's his nickname, or Freak for short, FREQ. And he's a basketball star, whatever. Goes to the NBA, and suddenly a rift develops between him and his friend.
I honestly thought you were going to say a rift in time happens, and I got really excited.
You gotta slam dunk your way out of it.
I thought NBA worked on like Yu-Gi-Oh rules, where they like, challenge you to a shadow game of basketball.
That sounds like fucking Space
Oh my
Jam.
god.
That sounds fucking lit. I really want to
That's
No,
Space
but
Jam 3.
yeah. So
Space Jam 3.
so
After this one.
anyway, Freak's friend approaches him at one point. I can't remember the name of his friend. No one gives a fuck anyway. But he approaches him and he says, "Hey, listen, I want you to kickstart my rap career, right, with some of your NBA money."
Right.
And after Freak turns him down, obviously the rift grows in between them. And the story ends after Freak's first, season is done in the NBA. And he gets a call from the police who uses the same character model as a random referee and like a cleaner. That his friend has just died in a car accident. And then it gets really sad.
Oh.
And then you have to play through the rest of his fucking career.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
So yeah.
To round it off with the most perfect death, the school shooter-esque demon summoner that I mentioned before. Do you want to guess how he dies?
Oh man. I don't know. Oh, how can he possibly die?
Oh no.
He is taken to court and sentenced to death. And Lucifer was the judge.
What the fuck? What? Really?
Yeah, that's actually how he dies in the books.
Why?
It's really
I
random.
I don't know, man. RPGs are known for like really deep lore and shit. But there's something about JRPGs that every time I hear it, right, like I'll ask someone to explain a JRPG to me, and it's like, oh yeah, you're a kid in this magical school. And it's like, okay, what am I doing 30 minutes later? It's like, you're fighting demons in the summoning world. I'm like, oh,
You're not wrong.
What happened?
well, did we miss a chapter?
Okay,
Is
I'm
that
gonna be honest
DLC?
here.
Jobs.
You don't need to know any of this for SMT5, which is coming out, which is literally the same thing. The story so far is exactly what you just said. You're a normal high school kid, and then you walk through a train tunnel the wrong direction, and unfortunately now you're embroiled in a war between Lucifer and God.
I feel like you can start half of the animes and JRPGs I've come across in my life with, you're a kid in high school. It's so common. Like,
You
I
know
don't get...
why? That's the target
Why?
audience, my dude. Why would they not be in high school? Also, it's Japan. The high school's the last time they get to have fun before they go to work.
Yeah, they really look up to the youth there.
Yeah, they're really like, man, high school's the only time where you have free time.
Whereas down here we relate more to like older characters, I guess.
Yeah.
That's
There's a there's a thing of like the work culture over there is so fucking horrible that they're all like, man, I really wish I was in that structure where I just had to work 8 hours a day and then I could go home and do stuff.
Well, thanks to the transition,
So,
boys.
Yeah.
RPG Wars in wrestling.
Oh yeah, seamless.
All right. So,
Seamless. I want a timestamp on that one.
this is an interesting
50-minute
one.
mark.
This is an interesting one. So, this is
Yeah, what
posted
the
by
fuck?
Kotaku's Lee Williams. The wrestling war, essentially, that is going on at live TV shows. So, people have always bought signs to try and get on screen, you know, make a funny joke, probably meme something. But they keep having Final Fantasy sucks, or Final Fantasy 8 sucks, or this game is filth, or this game is filth, and it's all these RPG games.
I'll agree
People are just randomly bringing to all.
I'll agree
People
with
just
one of
bringing
them.
their signs saying all these things.
I'll agree with one of
Firstly,
them.
they got good taste.
I'll agree with one of them. Final Fantasy 8 is filth.
Yeah, it is trash. Also, Final Fantasy V is the best one. Alright, so we're going to end the podcast here so I don't have to hear any other take.
There's a much better JRPG game and series than Final Fantasy.
Charbel, do you want me to fucking explain more lore to you?
No. Let me explain.
Oh,
Right?
hang
That is
on.
a threat. I would be very...
I just
The
want to
problem with Final
stop. I
Fantasy-
just want to read you another one of the signs. Persona 5 sucks.
Okay, there we go.
We've
could've-
had enough of that on Twitter.
We didn't have to go here.
There was
but
another
now
one
we're
that
here.
Final Fantasy Tactics is the best.
There's
Final Fantasy.
literally a meme on Twitter that's basically saying, I just don't care for Persona 5, or Persona 5 wasn't that good, just to, like, rub it into the people that just can't take criticism towards Persona.
Yeah, can't take the
They
criticism
just can't take
towards
it.
the games they like.
In other words, their target's me.
Charbel, go on.
you
Well,
feel
what
targeted,
RPG?
Anf.
My problem with Final Fantasy, right, is for it to be a series, right, it seems a bit all over the place, right? So I've got a better one that I can pitch to you.
Okay.
Have any of you ever played Crosscode?
No.
No,
I have Crosscode. but
don't have
played
it. I haven't played it, but I've heard it's good.
Okay, I'm not going to talk about Crosscode. In fact, I want to bring up The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now,
How did you get that? How did you make that transition? God damn,
Firstly,
he's too much.
Seamless.
You let him have too much power.
Secondly, now I'm going to explain to you Zelda lore that is probably incorrect.
Oh, good.
oh man,
Just what I want in the podcast.
Yeah,
I think
Link, upon learning that Zelda was in trouble, grabbed the nearest chicken and threw it at Ganon, knowing he would slap it aside, causing an army of chickens to beat him to death.
And this has been
That was how the first Link was born.
podcast with me,
Go back.
has been Sharps.
Go. We need to go back.
you sound like constipated Homer Simpson right now.
Wow, that's actually not far
Yeah,
off.
okay, a little bit. I can't get angry at Sharps.
No, look, I will say this, is that I'm trying to think of a way to not be an asshole but say this. There are certain communities that are way more toxic than others in games,
Yes.
right? For me, I think the three most toxic communities in gaming, right, in no order, fighting game communities,
Yep.
the JRPG community,
100%.
Yeah.
and sports gamers.
Yeah, sports gamers are pretty bad.
Yeah, holy shit.
It's because we get the same game
But-
every year.
Yeah, we need new stuff to complain about.
Well, you
That's
get
the
it
only
every
thing
year.
new in the game. But no, look, honestly, I came across a video, and it's a video I've seen, but YouTube always recommends it to me, and it's called The Brilliant Fighting Game Community. And it's literally just a montage of mainly Smash Brothers competitions, where people are just being like the world's most toxic people. Like, it's more theatrical than WWE has ever been. There was one case where a guy gets like, they're talking before they're, I don't want to say the word battle because that makes it sound a bit more epic than it is. Before they play the game of Smash
Their
Bros.
match.
Their match. And they're interviewing this guy, right? And he's like, so what are your thoughts on what's going down? And he goes, really? I think this guy talks a lot of shit. And I think I'm about to teach him some respect. and then he proceeds to get stomped 5-0.
Ooh.
Now,
Yeah.
he said this on a stage with what looked to be hundreds of people watching Onward.
Oh God, how do you recover from that?
And the best part is, right, after every match, the guy he was talking shit about is sitting next to him, smiling after stomping him in each match. It's fucking fantastic. I will say this, as toxic as game communities are, sometimes it's funny for a laugh.
Yeah. At least we're not
Until it
bad
goes
as,
too far.
Yeah, at least we're not as bad as actual sports fans.
Oh, man.
Oh
Have you
god.
seen like the England stuff?
Like, the only sport that I follow, like, thoroughly is basketball. I follow the NBA, really closely. Jack now follows the NBA. I'd like to think I had some influence on his choice to do so.
Just a little.
But, oh man, there was actually a case recently, and we're not a sports podcast, right? But I'll try to keep this simple for you guys. And by you guys, I mean Josh and Anf.
What colour do they wear?
So, the Boston Celtics, right, obviously located in Boston, are known to have a pretty, I'll say, passionate fan base. Now, a former player who underperformed, Kyrie Irving, was playing against them in the playoffs, which is like the big tournament where all the best teams
The
play.
finals.
No, it's not the finals,
It's not.
but
It's
the
it's part of the final series.
Yeah. Anyway, he stomped on the logo of the team in the center of the court, and the fans lost their fucking shit. Because they took that as a sign of disrespect that he stomped on Lucky.
Oh.
And then he went out and got injured. So the fans were very happy about that.
Oh God.
Honestly,
Did
you think JRPGs have thrilling storylines? You should follow sports for one season. It is fucking hilarious.
Wasn't there... You're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong here, but was there not like a sporting thing where they were calling a little girl who was crying a slut?
I don't remember.
What?
It was like England versus Germany or something.
I don't
Was that a
remember.
soccer
I think
game?
Yeah. You
I mean,
know
the
what I'm
World
talking
Cup's full of controversy. It almost seems like it follows FIFA around wherever they go.
about. I have no
Strange-
idea why.
strange
That
matter.
mafia organization is very clean.
Well, whenever there's a game of foosball, there's always a brawl.
Oh no.
Uh,
You didn't go there.
But
Oh, no.
so, like, honestly, there have been, like, redemption stories in sports. There's,
How do
like,
you-
underdog stories.
Redemption?
Yeah.
From sports ball?
Well, like, I think probably the best underdog story I can think of is LeBron James leading the Cleveland Cavaliers to win a 7-game series when they were down 3-1. And that had never been done before, and he went right down to the wire. And he brought a championship to Cleveland for the first time.
He hadn't won a championship, basically, at that level.
There was also the time he left Cleveland a few years earlier, and people burned his jerseys and mobbed outside his house because he left the team.
And we're really
he
really
announced it-
fine to buy those jerseys back.
And he announced it on live TV.
10 years ago this year.
Yeah. Sorry, it was the summer of 2010.
No, I thought it was 2011.
Josh,
10 years ago.
Suppose people seem a little too into their, a little too into it, but these are
oh
real
man,
people.
like honestly, I feel
It's
like
a-
fans
the sport is
get
a
away
cult.
with
I say
fans
that
get
as a
away
sport
with
lover.
quite a lot.
Yes.
Another NBA team, the Utah Jazz, have had multiple incidents of I'll just call it what it is, of racism towards the NBA players.
Ooh.
And most players in the NBA league are African American.
Right.
Yeah, they're black. And Utah, how do I put this? The fans there don't seem to like a lot of... I'm trying to think of a way to not make this as offensive.
Yeah, how
Pick
are you
their own
how are you gonna
players.
go about this?
Alright, I think it'll be better if I do it with a very bad accent. They don't like them colored folk.
Oh God!
And I've got us taken out. No, it really is backwards, and it's a shame. But there have been times where fans have like literally been banned from games because of racism, and it's a serious issue. Like they're stuck in the 1800s with, you know, some of their mentalities.
Well, it's been quite a bit this year
They're-
too, and it's been pretty bad.
Yeah. It used to be even, like, worse. The thing that changed it was in 2004, an event happened called the Malice at the Palace, where a player got ejected from a game, and a fan threw a bottle of beer at him, and then
Right.
players were jumping into the stands and fighting fans.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Because when I look at us, because when I see a 6'9" guy who's built like a brick shithouse, my thought is to piss him off.
He's literally running on
I'm going to fight
adrenaline,
that.
and is basically his life is to be a physical athlete. Yeah.
No,
that's too
honestly, all jokes aside, whatever. I don't care how big of a fan you are of any game series, any sport, and this is something that's been happening in games as well. Do not harass the people that are making it.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
do
100%.
that.
If you're a fan of sports, don't harass the players, don't harass their
Don't
families.
harass anyone.
If a game you like gets delayed, don't harass the devs, don't harass the investors, don't harass anyone. It's not worth it over a product. Because that's all these are at the end of the day. So they're products.
Also, I'm going to be honest here. No one person is responsible for those things.
Correct.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
No one you can be angry with. So just give
If
it
you're
up.
actually angry
There's
at
no point.
something, how about you don't buy it? Don't purchase the product. It's really
if
that
you're- if
simple,
you're-
like, honestly.
If it makes you that mad, just don't
Don't
get
support it.
when it
Don't
comes
support
out.
it with your life.
I distinctly remember seeing someone defending these people who attacked a whole bunch of Cyberpunk devs when it got delayed to its final date. And their defense was, well, I've paid off my pre-order, I've invested in this, so I have the right to do this.
No, you don't have the right to.
And
fuck?
no,
No?
you don't. I do not care how many copies of a game you buy. Nothing at all gives you the right to harass developers.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I think that's
Nothing.
I think that's something good to just leave off with today.
Yeah.
Don't harass people.
Don't harass people.
And be positive.
Be positive.
Be
But
positive.
don't harass people.
Actually,
From your local good vibe
Just
Yeah,
people.
we're the good vibe people
yeah,
here.
if we're known for anything,
just
it's good
just
vibes.
be decent. Just be decent.
Just don't do it. Just don't buy it. Just don't do anything. Stop it.
Alright.
Get some help.
Jack, you want to take us out?
Yep. Thank you, everyone, for listening. This has been the So Far Podcast. Everyone, we signing out?
Yeah, we signed.
Signing out.
See you.